Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time. I've not had any videos except for some shorts for some time. And today I am going live to demonstrate the making of this rose. Okay, so a lot of flowers are circulating on the internet now. Many flowers in many different colors, things all becoming very trendy. So I thought I'll show you the making of this very simple rose. It is just a one step rose. So when I say one step rose, what I mean is, see, we make it in just one line like this. Okay, so it's just made in just one line, continuous line like that. There are two leaves at the end here, and then after we crochet this part, we are going to just roll it up like this. I'll put my needle hook down. We are just going to roll it up in the shape that we want, bigger, smaller, however. And as you finish, these two leaves will also come along with that, and when we put it together, it makes a beautiful flower like this. Okay, and then of course it will not stay like this. What we have to do is, we have to stitch the bottom part with again yarn and needle, or another option is we can even use glue gun and we can stick it. So these flowers can be made in any type of material. What I have used here is acrylic yarn, just some very basic acrylic yarn. You can use fingering weight, or you can even use DK weight. What I have used here is fingering weight, and I have used a crochet hook, 4 mm hook. Where is the 4? Okay, so this I have used 4 mm hook for making this one. So that's why my flower looks bigger, so it looks more what I can say, healthier. Okay, and if I made the same flower in thinner needle, it would be little more smaller. So but I wanted the flower to look a little bit big, and so that's why I chose to make in this one. So the written instructions for this is with me, and later maybe I can put it in the comment section or in the description section. For some of my students who are doing it online already have the written instructions for this, and they will follow with me along with the instructions. But others who have joined me, you can just follow the steps. If you are a beginner crocheter also, you can be able to follow this, because there's only two type of stitches in this, so it's quite easy rose. Okay, so I'm going to be using these two colors today. This is for the flower and this is for the leaf, and this is again thinner than double knit way, and it is called the fingering yarn or the sock yarn. So it is quite a thin yarn, but you will get a nice cute flower with that. So because the yarn is much thinner than what I have used for this one, I am going to be going one hook size down, not even one, but this is 2.5. What I'm using now is, for this flower, what I'm making now is going to be 2.5. So the instruction goes like this: 5 chains. So start with 5 chains. So before starting with 5 chains, also the instruction says that we have to leave a long tail. Okay, so a long tail is needed because this is the tail end, or this is the yarn which we are going to use to stitch up the rose later on. So leave about say 5 to 6 inches of yarn, and then we will make the slip knot. Make the slip knot and begin with 5 chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make 5 chains, and then 1 triple crochet into the first chain. So triple crochet means taking the yarn over the needle twice and into the first chain. So the first chain that you made here, into that we are going to make 1 triple crochet. So those of you who are aware and who know these stitches, it will be easy for you. So make a triple crochet there. Okay, so once you have completed this, you will get something like an eye shaped, like this. This is called as an eyelet. Okay, so this space is the space into which we are going to make our petals. So like this, we have to make 10 eyelets. So to continue, the next instruction is chain 4. chain 4, again triple crochet, that means 2 times yarn over the needle, and you see where you have to do the stitch here. So you can see these 2 loops here at the base of your 4 chains. I am taking out my hook again to show you. See, I have made 4 chains, and at the base you can see where I made the previous stitch. You can see there is a there are 2 loops like this. So you will pass your hook under those 2 loops, and then you will complete your stitch. So again, first time yarn over the needle and out of the first 2 loops, then again 2 loops, and the last 2 loops. So when you do this, you got the second eyelet. So like this we are going to make 10 of them. So now 2 eyelets are completed, so we have to go ahead and make 10 of them. So again 1 2 3 and 4, then triple crochet, and when you triple crochet, make sure that you go under these 2 loops, and finish your stitch. So third eyelet made. So like this, continue 4 chains, 1 triple crochet, again 4 chains, so those of you who are watching live and who do not have the notes for this, you may please request it on the in the comment section, and if you give me your mail ID, I can send you the instructions. So this is a special live I am doing for celebrating my monetization. So my channel was monetized about a month ago, I think, and I'm very sorry, I'm very late in thanking every one of you for being such loyal subscribers and supporting my channel. So to celebrate that and also to give you a free tutorial, so I thought I'll do this very beautiful rose as a gift and thank you to all my lovely subscribers. So that's 2 4 6 8. So I have to make 2 more. So as I was telling you, so I started this channel to teach crochet, and I wasn't at all looking at being monetized or looking for any kind of a big response. But I'm happy that in such a short span of time you all gave me that support, and you all like my channel, and you have been constantly supporting me with your encouragement. Okay, so here I have completed 10 of them. So 10 eyelets completed. At this time, I also want to tell you that if you want to make a smaller rose, you can even reduce it to 8, okay? And the last 2 can be for the leaf. So once you have completed 10, so maybe I'll wait for a couple of minutes for those who are still doing. So meanwhile, excuse me for my bad throat. Meanwhile, let me also tell you more about this rose that I wanted to tell you. See, it's not necessary that you make it in one color. You can even make it in 2 colors. So once you learn how to make it with one color, we can even add colors. See, for the center, we can add a darker color, and then as we go around, we can make it a lighter color. But that means we have to be changing thread often, so that if that is what you would wish to do, even that is possible. But the easiest part is we just make it in one length, and then we roll it up to make it into a flower like this. And you can see there is a flower and there are 2 leaves also with that. This also becomes a cute hair a hair pin for a brooch, for a sari pin, for anything. You can put some pins at the back here, and you can use it as a brooch also, or for a hair clip also. Okay, so I believe the 10 eyelets must have been done. So at this time, when this has been done, I want you to just flip your work back like this. Okay, now we are going to be working towards the left. So I just flipped my work. So after flipping the work, you have to go into this eyelet and make 1 single crochet. 1 single crochet and 1 chain. And then again into the same, in the same eyelet, we'll have to make 6 double crochets. So go ahead and make 6 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, 6 double crochets done in the first eyelet. After making the 6 double crochets, you will make 1 chain, and in the same eyelet space we will make a single crochet. Okay, so this gives us the curve of the petal. Similarly, in the next one again, we'll begin with a single crochet and then a chain, followed by 6 double crochets. So 6 double crochets in each eyelet, and then when you finish after 6, you will do 1 chain and then 1 single crochet into that same eyelet again. So that's petal 2 done. Petal 3 again starts in the same way. Start with a single crochet in that eyelet, make a chain and then 6 DCs in the same eyelet. This is 4, 5 and 6. So we will continue like that till there are 2 eyelets left, because the last 2 eyelets are for making the leaves. Five and 6. So as we go on doing this, also let me tell you about my crochet journey. I started crocheting very young, and up until when I was 25, 26 years old, I did not have a proper training as such in crochet, and my mother taught me when I was a kid, and then she taught me just by by teaching me just like this, instead of having a diagram or a chart or any instructions was not there. So this is just from memory. Okay, so whatever she knew, she taught me. So basically all the stitches she taught me. I can't say all, but at least the regular single crochets, double crochets, triple crochets, and those, and especially filet crochet was what she used to make a lot. And so she taught me filet crochet also. So after that, then there were I got exposed to a lot of stuff, in magazines and stuff, books like that. And there used to be a lot of patterns there, and I would never understand how to read those diagrams or how to read those patterns. And so forever, though I followed, there were some things that I overlooked, in those patterns, and I didn't understand why those instructions were there. So I didn't follow it correctly, and I was not able to successfully make a proper square or a proper circle like that as such. So then later, then a teacher herself found me. She saw me doing embroidery, and then she came up to me and she said, "Are you interested to learn crochet? I can teach you. I'm a registered, Madura Coats crochet teacher." So then I was so glad that I found somebody, and then she introduced me to the proper methodic learning of crochet. So see, that is so important. And even today, when I teach systematically like that. Whereas I also see that there are many courses where crochet is not taught how it should be. So it is like, it is like feeding fish. They are not teaching them how to fish. So make one bag or make one granny square and finish the class, and that's all. So that is not crochet. So if you're teaching crochet, you should teach the basics, the stitches, plus how to read those stitches in a diagram or how to read a pattern. So that is so important. So once that is taught, then it is so easy for the students themselves to catch up with all the plenty of free tutorials that we get on YouTube. Of course, there are beginners tutorial on YouTube, but then I feel I have seen that people who follow that are not able to exactly get to the point or get to learn very quickly. So learning with somebody is always good, because when they look at you doing your work, so they will be able to identify where you're going wrong, or there could be something new that you are doing, and which could also be some of use to other crocheters. So that is why it's always important that we learn from a teacher in her presence. So that's what I feel. So but then, of course, there are so many online classes going on. Even I do online classes, but I do online classes only for people who have completed their basics and who are in a much advanced intermediate or advanced level. So we have come here now. After making those scallops in all the 8 eyelets, I am at this position where there are only 2 eyelets left. Okay, so it is at this point that we have to add new thread, that is the leaf thread. Okay, so for that I've chosen this green, and I am going to take that, make a slip knot, and as I do my single crochet in the next eyelet. Okay, see, I'm going to start the single crochet in the next eyelet. So instead of picking up my old yarn, I will pick up my new yarn. And you can also use a slip knot and bring it out, or even without a slip knot also you can do. Okay, so I do it without a slip knot. So I'll just catch the yarn like this and use it as the yarn, the running yarn, and then I will, sorry, it's not in the focus, so I'll bring it out like this. Okay, so you can make a slip knot and attach it also if that is the way but there's no harm in doing like this also. So now the new yarn is attached. So as usual, the first stitch will be a single crochet stitch, isn't it? So make a single crochet stitch and then a chain, and after this we'll make 3 DCs, and then there will be a change. So I've made 3 DCs, and now after this we are going to make a 2 picot. So 1 chain, 2 chain, and we are going to make a picot. A picot is made in both these strands like this here. Take the yarn out and slip stitch it. So a picot is made, and following that you will make 3 more double crochets in the same eyelet. So that's one leaf done. It's not done. We have to still finish it by making the one chain and also one single crochet into the same eyelet. Now in the next eyelet, again start with one single crochet, one chain, 3 double crochets, after the 3 double crochet we have to make the picot. So 1, 2, make 2 chains and make the picot stitch by putting your needle through both the loops like this. Take the yarn out and bring it out. This is the slip stitch. This is how a picot is made, and again continue making the remaining of the DCs in that. So that will be 3 DCs. So after 3 DC, again chain 1 and single crochet into the eyelet. So with that we finish the 2 petals. So these are the 2 petals we made, and then 2 leaves we made, and these are the petals that we have. So now in this next step we will be seeing how to put them all together. So once you have made this, my method of finishing off the yarn is to make one chain and pull up a loop. After I pull up a loop, I'll cut the yarn and take out the green yarn. So that's done. Now this the yarn that was for the flower is still here, right? So even that I can leave a little tail and cut it off. So all these have to be wound up. So because this is a flower and we are going to be winding it up and nothing is going to be seen at the back, we can just knot this up and cut it off. So we need not take a needle and thread and weave it inside neatly like how we do for other crochet. So just make a knot here. And you can cut it very close to the knot, so that it stays secure. So that where the place where we join is like this. Usually I would never do this if it was a piece that where the back also would be seen. So this one is going to be inside, so that's why I'm doing this. Otherwise you can never catch me doing like that. And this green yarn, we don't need that yarn anymore again, so even that also can be wound up. So you can use a thread and needle and weave it inside. Again, like I tell you, this is not going to be very visible, so we can just manage with bringing the yarn inside like that. Or if you still want to do a very neat work, you can take a needle and pass the however big the eye is, it's always difficult to get the yarn out, I guess. Okay, so take that and I'm just going to pass it back through the fibers, just because I want it to be a little bit invisible. Just pass it through like this and make sure that the thread comes out here, and then after that we'll cut it very close so that it will be hidden. Okay, so what is left now for us is this. So we have these 8 petals and then we have the two leaves, and then like I told you in the beginning, I told you to leave a long tail, isn't it? So that long tail is there. We are going to use that tail to stitch this up into a rose. Okay, now in this, how to fold this now. Okay, so you have to hold it in the back side. See, this is the back side and this is the front side. So you will fold it from the back side like this. You can even use a glue gun also in this stage if that is what you prefer. So once you know the technique, then you can adapt it to how you feel will give a good effect, and where you're going to use it. Okay, so if you're going to use it for something where this is going to you be in a place where a lot of pull and push is there, then maybe a glue gun is not a good idea, because the glue can come off sometimes. But if you stitch it up, then it will be more firm. See, you see, so this is how you have to fold it. And so once we know how to do that, so I have folded this up and I am going to hold it in my hand. I am going to put this end into a needle. So for this needle, I prefer to use a steel, not a plastic one, because a plastic one is, the head, of this is too big, and it will pass through the layers, and it will really mess up the work. So I don't like that. So what I do is I take a thinner needle. Okay, this one, and very carefully, you can do it as quickly as possible as you wish, just up and down in many directions, or you can go even slowly, little by little, and make sure that you catch all the layers properly like this. So this is all according to your your convenience, your logic, and you have to make that judgment. That is how you want to stitch it, and how nice it's going to be. So from time to time, you can even look in the front also like this to see if this is the shape you want. If you're happy with the shape, you can go ahead and make more stitches, but make sure that you pass through all the layers. There is no hard and fast rule that you have to stitch it like this only, or you have to follow the same method of stitching. Nothing like that. The purpose is to hold all the petals together. So if that is done, then of course your work is done. So since we have worked nicely to make the rose and the petals, so why not give it some more time, to make it also into a more beautiful, stable rose, instead of just being in a hurry and just weaving something quickly like that. And so that would be the way I function. After all, I spend so much time for this. I would want this to be well sitting. So you see this part is still hanging there, which I don't like. So which is wrong, which should not be like that. So I need to go back and fix that. And one final, I'm going to go through all the layers from one side to the other side. And meanwhile, I also want to take a look at it from the front, whether if this is the way I want it, or if all the position of all this is correct. If you want it, you can even put it more together like this and stitch it up also. So that also you could do. Okay, once you're happy with the stitching, then we can finish off or weave in the tail. So what I usually do is I make a couple of knots, 1 or 2 knots here and there, for it to, not come out. So that's it. Now you can take off the needle and cut this thread here. So with that, this one step rows is done. So once it's done, see it's all now very nice and tight. Whatever happens, however you shake it, nothing is going to happen. The petals are going to be there as it is. If you want, you can just curl in these petals a little more like this. Okay, see, this is with the 2.5 mm hook, same yarn, same thickness yarn, but this rose, you see, is smaller, whereas this rose is much more bigger. So you see, I'm going to just fold it up a little bit, only then it looks pretty. Okay, this is one of the rows and this is the other rose that we made just now. So if you want to put it onto a hair clip, so you will have to attach the hair clip here either with glue gun, or you can even stitch it also. If you're going to put it for a brooch, the same way you're going to put a pin here. So even in more extreme cases, to hide up all this, we can even put a felt cloth here, stitch it up, and then put on the pin, which will be more neat. So that is all up to us how we want it. So that's it. This is what I call the one step rows. So in case we want to change colors, what do we do is, so if we want to change colors, we will have to change the color when we start our work here. When we start the petal, here we'll have to change color. So for 1 or 2 petals, you will use a darker color, and as you graduate, you can use lighter colors and then go to the last white, and then finally, of course, you should do the green. So with that, I hope you were able to catch something in this live session. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments, and if you need the written notes also, please ask me and give me your email ID, so I will send you the notes across. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this was useful to you. These are things which you can sit in front of the TV and finish up with all the little scrap yarns that you have. So I like this project a lot. I hope you like it too. So thank you for joining me today. Bye bye.